Okay, welcome from Tim Reselman and myself, Dean Rimmer, for this Sachs Night Series game, Reddam versus Rondebosch. We're quite deep into the tournament at the moment. We've got only one round left of league tournament or league games next week, and Rondebosch remain unbeaten. And I believe Reddam have only taken one loss to Bishops.
Yeah, Dean, it's good to be here this evening. Reddam are going to be looking to pull an upset here tonight, if anything. Rondebosch have shown the dominance throughout this entire season, and especially in this night series, they actually have done very, very well. So, yeah, it'll be a big win for Reddam tonight, unless I'm sure Rondebosch will be the favourites going in.
Yeah, probably just on strength of record, Rondebosch being favourites. Tim and I were just chatting earlier about the young under 18s that just went to the world qualifiers up in Zim. Those guys did pretty well. We've got the S's on the Reddam side and Seb Bedoli on the Rondebosch side that have just returned from that tour this last weekend. And we're just saying they picked up their first win against Egypt for South Africa in the last couple of years. So a very good performance by those guys, and we'll definitely be looking out for them in this game now.
The referees for tonight's game is Nathan Perrin and Dash Barber.
And being a referee yourself, Tim, you'll know that they do catch some flack. Not many coaches are real fans of the refs, and they're out here for the love of the game, surely.
I don't know which is more nerve-wracking, refereeing the game tonight here or being the commentator.
Yeah, like they're both pretty tough jobs there, Tommy. Here we see the Rondebosch under 19 team with Jason Fisher, number 6 captain, and starting centre forward. He's been working on his game, as we've seen in the last couple of games, to try and sit a bit more central instead of his usual position behind the defender. He's a very unconventional player, but he has been working to sit in a more conventional centre forward position. And we've got Hugh Bedford having a laugh at the commentators from centre forward for Reddam at number 4. He'll be looking to have another good game. SA under 16 from last year. Had a very good tour, second top goal scorer on that tour to Malta. Yeah, and a very quick and nippy Reddam side out here today versus a much bigger, stronger Bosch, and we'll see which one wins out.
Yeah, it's a team of two contrasts here, with the Reddam being the more movement-based team and the Rondebosch the very big, physical top shooters. So we'll see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, we see there number 10, James Blitzel in the bottom centre-back position, already pushing Hugh Bedford out. And then Tim Withington-Fitnam, the other centre-forward from Reddam, coming in on Seb Bedoli, another big, strong centre-back from Rondebosch. So it's going to be an interesting tussle between those guys tonight.
Players to watch out for Rondebosch. I think Matt Johnson, number 7. He's scored some crackers this tournament so far. And his opponent in the pool at the moment is Chris Beamish. He's a young talent, also I believe in the under 16 SA team from last year. Tim Worthington looking for some position at centre forward there.
Already we see more success than most teams have had against this Rondebosch defense. Usually they tend to sit out on 5-6 meters just through the pure leg strength of the Rondebosch defenders. We've just had a reversal there for ducking under. Looks like on Ross van Schoor or Matt Johnson on the counter looking for the advantage. The ball having to travel all the way back to the goalie behind the mark of the turnover, affording the Rondebosch boys the opportunity to get behind their men again.
Reddam are employing a no-hold tactic to try and move in Tim Worthington from the wing, see if the ball can arrive to him. Oh, great work there by Hugh Bedford, who scored the opener this evening. That's just great work, eh?
Yeah, brilliant work from Hugh. Firstly to get inside James Blitzel, and then a good pass. I think it was Josh Ackerman with the assist there. Then Dan Sims looked like he took it away, but Hugh Bedford not stopping in front of goal and eventually putting it away.
Rondebosch looking to bounce back here. Good mark at the back there by Josh Ackerman so far.
Josh working against a very strong Jason Fisher. You can see Jason happy to take his place behind the defender again, like we talked about earlier, and then try and force a good pass. And Dylan Watt with a great pass in, and Fisher with a brilliant back shot. Seeing the opportunity there after the rebounded shot, and gets a 90-degree position, a great back shot there.
So it's 1-1 between Rondebosch and Reddam in the Maitland Night Series. Reddam looking on the attack now through Josh Ackerman.
Yeah, let's hope it stays like this. A 1-for-1 battle tonight could prove a great spectacle.
Rondebosch tight pressing well, forcing a long shot from Josh Ackerman, which is just wide of the post. Great counter attack there on the left by Ross van School. I think that was off your picture there.
Yeah, this left-hand side, it might have been off picture, but this left-hand side of Matt Johnson and Ross van School has really been putting the pressure on Beamish and Essa.
Matt loves this position to line up a shot. Not this time though.
Classic wraparound shot, but a
Very
better
good
block from Beamish there. Hugh Bedford finding a little bit of position there, not stopping again, fighting into a very strong position in front of goals, and that's a disappointing effort from in front of goals. You'll want to pull that shot down instead of going top corner.
Reddam tactics are pretty obvious from the get-go. They're sitting nice and wide and looking to give a one-on-one opportunity in front of goal there. So far it's working quite well, getting a couple shots off on goal. So I think it's pretty clear their tactic for this evening. Exclusion on number 11, Mikael Essa from Reddam. Let's see Rondebosch man-ups, which has been pretty successful for them this season so far.
Yes, they like to get those postmen moving, and you already see Jason Fisher on the left-hand side post pulling out there. The ball is on his hand, and it's a disappointing finish. But that's exactly what they're going to look to do on the extra man, is open up those post positions, get the back guys moving out wide, and then a strong ball onto the hand, and that'll drop more than it misses.
Reddam just lacking a bit of structure on the right, setting up a double hole. Very good steal there by Matt Johnson. Very physical perimeter player. Must be quite a handful to mark in the water. Wayward pass there by Matt. Reddam had the opportunity for a counter attack here.
You see the big duo of number 10. Excellent work from Josh Ackerman, and again not stopping, showing that fast and very unlucky there.
See, that's tactic again. I think that's Jason Celino, the coach. They're looking to utilize that early ball into the hole, from not afraid to throw the ball in from a cup from even the halfway. So it's working quite well for them. Just hope they can start finishing now.
Definitely, Timmy. I can tell you I've watched every Rondebosch game this year, and I've seen more success from 2 meters so far in terms of getting around the centre backs in this chukka than I've seen all year long. And if Reddam can keep this up, the pressure will relent eventually, and goals will start coming.
Rondebosch are looking a little rushed today, Dean. I think maybe it's just the new kind of pressure that they're facing this evening. Reddam are actually weathering their storm quite nicely so far.
Exactly. They haven't had this kind of pressure on their defense for a long time, and it's definitely upping the pace of the game. Rondebosch choosing to put it in after only a few passes rather than their normal controlled attack. Worthington Pittenham setting up a long-range shot here. Chooses the lob, and that's a brilliant one from 7 meters and outside the left post.
That is very unbelievable. That is just that individual brilliance that, well, you never shy from in a game, especially these youngsters.
Yeah, a lot of older players have been chewed out by the coach too many times to risk something like that, but these young guys have got a lot of enthusiasm and a thick skin, so they'll weather the storm from Celino if he misses, and he'll keep lobbing all day now, I'm sure. Yet another reversal, I think, again on Ross van School on Essa. Working hard to get around, but paying the price here for over-physicality.
Reddam have a man up through Hugh in the middle. Let's see if they can find him. Big cross pass on the hand.
Well, we should have taken that. That was a great opportunity to beat goalkeeper Dan Sims on the cross ball.
So once again, that tactic being shown from Reddam to not use their full attack. They're going for the opportunity straight away.
Great goal, and I'm telling you, you just don't see that often against Sebedoli. So Hugh Bedford whipping out a brilliant back shot from the left-hand post there. And this is real pressure for Rondebosch. I haven't seen this all year.
You see how they react, Dean. This is what big teams are made of. They're favourites in Cape Town, so let's see if they can actually come back from this brilliant start by Reddam.
Mike Diner, number 5 from Rondebosch, entering the pool. Looking for something a little bit different on the right-hand side. And I would say the Rondebosch coaches are desperate to slow this game down and use their attacks and make sure that they get back in numbers to defend this whole play. Yeah, very strong work from Dylan Watt there. His dad, unfortunately, sitting in hospital today, recovering from surgery. Promised him I'd give him a shout out to Al. There we go, and a goal from Matt Johnson. Set up by Dylan Watt on the 2 meters, very strong play. A very quick and assertive man up. We can see our 2-goal lead just evaporates quite quickly.
Now Rondebosch must take something from that. They patiently built that attack up, played the hole when it was on, and then just a simple finish on man up. I think if they just slow the game down and stick to their guns like that, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier than it is so far.
No ways. Tim Wellington Fitton with an over-the-head flick with 2 defenders on him. This is great footage, guys. I'm glad we're watching this, and hopefully we can get a replay of that.
That is extremely unorthodox. He's going to have quite the highlight reel after this game with Tim Worthington, number 2 from Reddam. Rondebosch tries strike back from after that very unusual goal.
I said it earlier, the pressure on 2 meters has been great from Wellington, Fitton, Ackerman, and Bedford, and they are starting to get rewarded for that pressure.
This is the first time I've seen this season, or as I say that, the ball comes in. But I was just about to say, Jason Fisher has been marked well up until now. I guess that's a commentator's curse there. But yeah, Hugh, what's his...
That's Fisher's bread and butter right there. Sit right behind the defender in a front mark position, and then do whatever it takes to get the ball into a strong position and earn the 5 meter. Johnson, something of a 5 meter specialist, hasn't missed many this year. Hopefully that's not another commentator's curse. 4-3 here with the Reddam lead. And one would feel that Reddam have given away some cheap goals here after having worked really hard for great goals of their own. In that case, Kai Mark just not realizing where the ball was and getting caught off guard.
Yeah, that's the trick with front mark. You may think you have the ascendancy on your center forward, but if you're not watching the ball can be popped in while you're looking away, and that's what happened on that occasion, and a 5 meter was given.
Wellington Fitman not aware that he had the foul there and giving away a turnover. That's a great first chucker of Polo. 4-3 with the Reddam lead. I must say that's a very entertaining chucker and some great unconventional goals from the Reddam side and some pretty clinical play at times from Rondebosch.
I'd say that's a perfect chucker from a Reddam perspective. Coming in as the underdogs, putting lots of pressure on the big players from Rondebosch and managing to score some beautiful goals from the hole. So I think the Reddam tactics are working so far. I think Rondebosch, what do you reckon they need to do next chucker to turn things around?
Like I said, Timmy, I think the Rondebosch coaches, Nick Hock and Chris Dale, will be looking to calm this game down, make sure that Rondebosch go up and play percentage polo, and just slow it down. Because right now, Reddam are pushing their counter-attack. They're getting that early ball into the hole. They're taking the early shots, and they're rushing Rondebosch. Rondebosch are a very mature side, and I'm sure they'll take it in their stride. And it'll be interesting to see the changes from the coaches when they come out for the second chucker. And Timmy, this fast-paced Reddam offense, is this something that we usually see from Reddam?
Well, I said at the beginning of the game that it was the more mobile team of Reddam, but it looks like they're fronting up on the 2 meters with the whole men. The centre backs are working hard. Reddam have been predominantly tight pressed on defense, and that's testimony to the very good defensive play of the centre backs from Reddam. So I don't know, maybe I'm eating my words a bit there, but Reddam are pulling out some new things that we haven't seen them this season. So.
Timmy, absolutely agreed. Reddam are playing Rondebosch at their own game in a sense, although twice the pace, but they are taking them on the 2 meters, and it's interesting to see a very good performance from numbers 12, 4, and I think it was number 2, Tim Wellington Fitnam. So Josh Ackerman, Wellington Fitnam, and Hugh Bedford really putting in the hard yards in that first chucker.
Second chucker underway. Big swim again there by Mikael Esser from Reddam. Reddam get the first attack of the second chucker here.
You see, Chris Beamish on the right half has been quite quiet, and he's a player with some real flair and real skills, so I'm sure he's going to want to get in on the action. And you can bank on the fact that he's going to start firing some shots at goal. That's a nice pass into Wellington Fitnam with a good effort, and with his luck, you would have expected that to drop.
Reddam are playing very impressive waterpolo for me. They're not rushing the ball. They know exactly what they're waiting for. They're waiting for their big centre forward, Tim, to get a bit of water against the strong Rondebosch centre back. And as soon as he's getting that front water, that it's called, the ball's coming in straight away, and it's been very good passing, which has been which is helping them against a very strong centre back.
Exactly, and one of the Bosch boys going across the hole on a drive there has released Issy Essa. Oh, and that's a nice block from Sebadoli, getting the long arms in the way and then giving Issy a bit of a rival, bit of a ride there. And Fisher working into strong position here. He'll want that early ball, and he'll be disappointed to not get that.
I think
Josh
they could have
Ackerman
taken
working to get around.
I think Rondebosch could have taken a page out of Reddam's book there, putting the early ball into Fisher, who had the ascendancy on the centre back. Perhaps it's not their game plan to rush their attacks, as Dean was saying.
Exactly, and that kind of shot from 10 meters, Reddam will be very happy. A bounce shot from 10 meters, bouncing on 3. A very low percentage of scoring there. And Kai Mark trying some magic, trying to ride the wave. Chucks it a little too far and ends up in the hands of Dan Sims. Now he's on his way back.
Very, very good leg shown there by Josh Ackerman. Realizing the ball coming in that he had not much choice but to put his hands up and show big legs to put the Fisher under as much pressure as possible. Reddam have the man up.
Maybe a little bit of frustration there, but going for the foul on Essa and pulls him back, and that's a kick out in Dash Barber's book any day.
Dash, the senior ref in Western Province, so I don't think there can be any complaints from the Rondebosch coaches.
And just by virtue of the fact that that kick out happened so deep in the Reddam half, the extra man actually looked really quick there, evaporating for Reddam and resulting in nothing. And that's a sign of panic there. It's not a great ball from Dylan White. He's looking for that early ball we were talking about now, but James de Blitzel on the completely wrong side of the defender to receive that ball.
I think the expression of a goal is coming into this a bit. Both teams rushing their attacks. Perhaps need to slow it down.
Yes, so both teams definitely priding themselves on their fitness and swimming ability. We'll see who lasts. And that's Beamish from about halfway, forcing a big stop from Dan Sims. Let me tell you, that wasn't a bad shot.
That's what he has to offer to the game. You were speaking about it at the beginning of this chukker. Dean, it must be said that Waterpolo in Cape Town has got a lot competitive in recent years. I think Rondebosch, after struggling for about 3 or 4 years for its results, has suddenly got a nice junior team which they've brought up. They train very hard with under coaches Nick and Chris. Apparently it's up to 6-7 times a week. I mean, that's a professionalism that's creeping into school water polo, which is great to see.
Exactly, it really is. And they train with a number of different opponents, with the Rondebosch All Boys, with the UCT first team, UCT second team. They train amongst themselves. A hard, unlucky shot there from Kai Mark. But definitely, this is one of the more competitive night series that I've seen for a while. And the competitive Cape Town League at the moment, where I would say that the top 4 or 5 teams have a chance of winning every time they play. In recent years, it's been the Sachs team and to an extent the Bishops team that have dominated the pool. And now it's anyone's game any given night.
Once again, Reddam will not be too upset with that long shot coming from Rondebosch. There was a mismatch at the back with a small S on quite a large centre forward. So Rondebosch will be disappointed they didn't get the ball into the strong centre forward there.
Beamer trying to recreate the magic of that last shot, but finding Ross van Skoor's big block. And it's Rondebosch on attack again. I must say they haven't really slowed down. If anything, they've tried to pick up the pace. They haven't had much reward in this chukker so far.
See another desperate shot from the outside from Rondebosch. Reddam will be very pleased with this defensive formation they have going right now.
We still see 15 seconds on the clock and Rondebosch playing like it's the last 5. Don't want to slow this down. Relax.
Very good marking from Chris. See, the key there was he was watching the ball all the way, so you could anticipate the pass coming in. Great execution of the front mark.
Reddam looking hungrier than I've seen them in recent games. They obviously really want this one. Coming out for the number 1 ranked team. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep this pace up and this physicality on defense. If they can, they're surely in with a shot here. Another long shot from Beamish. That one two-handed by Dan Sims.
I was chatting to Jay Selina, the coach of Reddam, before this game, and I asked him what he was going to do to try beat this powerful Rondebosch team. And in fact, he told me he was going to employ a bit of negative tactics, but I think it's anything but so far, Dean.
Yeah, absolutely. I must say they're playing with flair, they're playing with passion and energy, and it's looking great. Like I say, a more hungry Reddam team than I've seen in recent weeks. And it's great to see, and this is exactly why we say any team can win on any given night.
So I think they've grasped this underdog tag with two hands, and they're actually just going for it, which is very, very good to see. Making a game of this fixture against Rondebosch. So what do we all want to see?
Unlucky there. I think Chris is only shooting from 9 today. But that one catching both posts and just coming out. And yeah, it would be... feel aggrieved to miss that one. This is looking a bit more controlled, a bit more slow. And immediately Josh Ackerman gets into a great position, hands up. He's right around, and Andy Hewlett spending more time underwater there. Not able to secure position. Ross van Schoor going for the foul, and Beamish with the steal. And we've seen that all too often in this game for Rondebosch.
Rondebosch have a man up on defense as Tim Withington substitutes in the corner. So Reddam will just have to play this attack, use all 30 seconds, and regroup on defense.
And Tim, you'll know, having I'm sure played many games at KES tournaments, you can see the pace of this game, and KES tournaments are a 3-day tournament, and it actually is really a test of fitness. And you know, the old adage goes about KES tournaments, the fittest team wins the final, because at the end of 3 days, and quarterfinal, semi-final, final in 1 day, and often played at this kind of pace, really takes it out the players. So it's great that we've got this night series to prepare the players. Dylan Watt earning another exclusion there. Let's see if Rondebosch can capitalize. The Reddam offense slowing down, so maybe they can equalize here and take a step forward. Hard luck with the post pass onto Watt there.
Right idea on the post there, looking to get to their strong players with strong legs. Unfortunately, the pass was just a bit behind Dylan. Reddam are looking a bit tired here on attack, maybe due to the fact that their centre forwards are on the pool. So Rondebosch are able to press very tight and squeeze the ball. And don't allow Reddam to get to the 2 meters.
See the formation here, more typical of a Bosch defense, where it's just a bit higgledy-piggledy from Reddam. As Beamish with another 10-meter shot with a back shot now. He really is trying his luck today. I wonder what Selena thinks about that.
And I don't know if you heard that, but he just exclaimed to his bench that it was so close. Hopefully for his sake he'll score that goal eventually.
Yeah, you know, he's having fun out there. That's clear. He turned with a smile on his face, and that's good to see. Obviously he's been given a degree of freedom by Jay Selino. Rondebosch under pressure, and the big foul from Johnson. Lucky not to earn himself a kick out there. But the Rondebosch boys covering that extra man.
Very good work there by number 3, Danon Cilliers in the hole. Comes from a very good pass from Chris Beamish. That is a lovely finish.
And that's another, it's another audacious play, because I mean, in your extra man, you generally don't pass to a guy who's marked. Beamish put it straight back in there, and Ross van Schoor all over Silger, and he managed to put it away in the far left corner. Good effort. 5-3 Reddam.
Yeah, 10 seconds left in this second chukker. I'm sure there'll be a big team talk there for Rondebosch at halftime to try to get back into this game and prevent the upset.
Johnson getting the shot away there. Selina's heart would have been in his throat, but goes wide of the right upright.
So after a very entertaining first half of Waterpolo, Reddam lead 5-3. Dean and I just sharing in a selfie quickly.
This commentating is worthy of Instagram, certainly. Beamer once again asking the stands if that back shot is close, and I wonder if his friends are going to be honest with him.
I think he was asking his mom, and I'm sure she'll back him every day of the week.
I wouldn't say there's concern face on the Rondebosch bench. They're a tough team and they've been through many difficult patches. This will be no different, but the bench on the Reddam side definitely a bit more lively.
Some tired-looking faces on the Reddam bench. I think they've given it their all that first half. And while they have the scoreboard to show for it, as they lead the favourites in Cape Town 5-3.
Yeah, it's something you'll know. A couple of these Rondebosch boys are playing some good polo in the first league, the men's league. And they're not easy to mark. They're big guys. They're well over 6'3", very strong, very well conditioned. And the Reddam guys have definitely put in a massive effort to hold them down.
The success that has been shown by their club side, Rondebosch Old Boys, through the Croatian import of Miche. I think that definitely stems down to the schoolboy team who have very good mentors and strong opponents during training time, so that definitely does help.
Exactly. There's definitely more of these Rondebosch guys playing first league than the Reddam guys currently. The Silver Tree not having a first league team at the moment. And yeah, it really does pay off in the physicality aspect especially. I mean, the men's league just being that much harder and faster. And yeah, that really has paid off well down the stretch for this Rondebosch side. I must say, the way Reddam attacked, especially in that first chucker, if they can recreate some of that, they'll definitely be in with a shot towards the end of this game. The defense holding fast in that last chucker with no goals against.
I think the difference in score has come down to the tactics shown from each team. I think Reddam have a definite plan going into this game. They're looking to spread out their attack nice and wide, allow the Rondebosch very physical press. They don't mind that physical press on like 6 or 7 meters. They're allowing their centre forwards time to get the front water, and then the ball is coming straight into them. And I think that tactic's working for Reddam so far. I don't think Rondebosch have shown as much consistency on attack with tactics. So hopefully they can regroup and start implementing what they're good at.
Very true, Timmy. They need to, once again, you asked at the last end of the last checker, and once again, I think they need to slow down. They need to try to get front water on their centre forwards. They need to play a bit more conventionally, and right now they've got Jay Fisher and Johnson sitting in, or Sebadoli sitting in behind the centre forward, and it just hasn't paid off for them, so let's see if they change it up. And Ross Stone, number 2 in there for Rondebosch. Already Johnson on the counter-attack, but again a low percentage pass. Good coverage from Siljer. And that pass goes skidding on and Ali Define almost letting that in after making a pretty comfortable stop, but very casual, and Johnson's on the counter very quick. And I must say that's a brilliant finish. A no look into the post and in. And gets one back for Rondebosch. That's exactly how they would have wanted to start. A disappointing start for Reddam. They're just giving away a cheap goal.
And that's what you have with Matt Johnson. Very fast swimmer, very aware, seizing his opportunity and finishing perfectly with a post and in shot.
We didn't see much of Bedford in that last chucker. I think he was out for pretty much the whole chucker. He's back in there with a good bounce, but unable to make anything of it. Sebadoli on the charge here, and the ball in is good. And Sebadoli with a wild shot from 7 or from 5 meters. Would have liked to do better there. Maybe pull in front of his defender instead of take that pull-away shot.
Reddam need to get their attack to 2 meters here. Not much can happen from the 5 meter. And as Andrew said, Dannon with the theatrics manages to get Matt Johnson excluded.
Must say he was flapping around long after Johnson had his hands up, but he'd done enough at that point to get Johnson's hand around his neck. Sebadoli with a good steal there on extra, and he earns the exclusion. They've already got the double man here. We'll see if Sebadoli actually realizes there's been a foul. Yes, he does, and he needs that ball back.
Very intelligent play here. 2 box, 3 box.
And that's exactly how you play a one-on-one. Big box, gets the goalie moving. Chesney Cristado with not much he can do. And that's a 2-goal swing there for Reddam, and they'll be disappointed. One bad pass. Sebadoli pounces on it, fishes up on the charge, and they get a well-taken goal. And draws level.
Reddam will be kicking themselves a bit here. They've had an exclusion and a silly shot on attack, which have cost them 2 goals. Bad passing letting them down in that previous man up. Rush dig there from Tim Worthington from 8 meters.
We have been, in this last chucker in a bit, we have been seeing a bit of the reverse of the first chucker where Reddam ends up taking that long shot. Rondebosch will be comfortable with that. And now I see Ackerman again doing really well to stay in front of Jason Fisher. And with all that wrestling, there's either going to be a kick out or a reversal soon. And Jason exclaiming he needed that ball. Oh, that's a great goal from Sebudoli. That's just the power of the cross pass, beating the goalkeeper on the inside post there.
Tim will be disappointed there. That's Waterpolo 101 to not leave the left wing, big strong right-hander on the left wing open for the cross pass. Leaves your goalie very little option.
That's the length of Bedoli, able to keep Tim at bay and still managing to get a decent shot off there despite relatively poor body position. This has been a dream third chucker for Rondebosch so far in the last 3.5 minutes. They've scored 3 goals and conceded none. They often talk about that golden third chucker, and this really has been a turning point for Rondebosch.
Very good scramble defense there from Tim to only give away the foul.
No, there's no hole. Sebudoli's going to try and drive in on Mickey Essa. 8 seconds left for Ross Stone here. I wonder what he's going to do. He's going to line up a shot, most definitely. And it's a great touch from Ross Stone. Replying to that earlier lob from Worthington Fitnam. Gets one of his own.
Very cheeky from Ross. I must say, I watched the young player at the Weinberg Ian Melia tournament last year where he received player of the tournament. Only recently back from injury, but he's got quite a cool head on him and a very, very clever player.
Certainly, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Tim. And another reversal for Reddam. This has been a nightmare chucker for them so far. 4 goals in a row, and Sable is on the charge here. Mike Sable, another youngster from Ian Melia Cup last year, also made the tournament team and very strong player. Wonder what he's going to look to do here. And Essa with some brilliant defense, very aggressive and gets the ball under on Sable.
I think Reddam need to relax and stop trying to force it. Their tactics works with them well in the first half. I think they just need to not panic now. Stick to their guns.
Yes,
in the hole for you.
Despite it being 4-0 this chucker, they're only 2 goals behind. With a cool head, they can certainly be back in this game in the blink of an eye. But you can see the spring in the step of the Rondebosch boys here. There's just that extra effort on defense, extra effort on offense. Really has made the difference. Those 2 quick goals set them up with a whole nother bunch of energy.
Reddam are looking a bit reserved this chucker. I mean, they still had 10 seconds left of attack, and almost no one but the centre forward was within an attacking position.
Dash Barber calling that kick out. Obviously seeing something Nate Perrin hadn't. But, yeah, Beamish definitely all over James Blitzel there.
And it must be said, Rondebosch's class is starting to be shown here. Reddam have very little answers for their onslaught at the moment.
It's interesting to see that turnaround happened, not because they slowed it down, but great shot from Sable. Simple passing on the hand beats the defense. But they've come back with 5 goals in this chucker, not necessarily because they slowed it down and played controlled polo, but because they upped the ante on defense, got back to their roots as a strong defensive team, and then pushed the counter.
Yeah, they're squeezing Reddam on defense, and it's showing because they're getting the quick breaks on the players because they're so tight. And Reddam are losing the ball in silly areas and allowing for the quick counter-attack and big pass up. I mean, Reddam just need to protect the ball more, get to 2 meters, show a little strength in the order here, otherwise could get worse.
Simon Wiley doing some great defense there, just to hold Tim at bay, and then draws a kick out from Hugh Bedford in the exact same manner. And that's a hard luck on Simon Wiley, just taking too long to play that ball. So exactly the same thing that happened to Fisher just now, happened to Bedford, lost it in the hole, and then a silly kick out. Ross Stone in trouble here by Essa, and he manages to get goal side again. And double mark in the hole. And a good steal from Stone. Interesting tactic now for Tim Worthington Fitnam to press the goalie. Rondebosch are currently man up there. I wonder if they're not going to drop someone back. Simon Wiley's going to want to make us... Oh, and he does it. going to want to make sure there, and he did just that from 5 meters.
So Rondebosch coming back with 6 unanswered goals this Chaka, turning the game completely full circle. I think Reddam, Jay Selena's making a full change here to hopefully bring a different element to the game here, because the players so far look a bit flustered and are throwing away possession. So hopefully the full change can bring the smiles back and hopefully a bit of a comeback here for
Smiles
Reddam.
have definitely changed sides of the pool there, and Rondebosch grinning ear to ear with a 4-goal lead now, and it's just steal after steal. Dynan with a good steal on Connor Whiting there. And you can see those extra kicks and those extra pulls coming in now as they charge up the pool, confident that they can get another goal. Van Score with a break there. Daniel Joe more aware, managing to get the steal. Now Reddam truly needs something special. Kai Mark passing and going through. I wonder if he's going to set up a hole here. He's a big, strong guy. He goes for the cross ball. It's just a little long for him. They got 6 seconds, and Rondebosch are certainly going to cruise up the pool now.
Dean, if you notice this half, Reddam haven't got their wings to 2 meters once. And I think that's hurting them quite substantially, because having only 1 or 2 players in an attacking position, I think it makes Rondebosch's lives a lot easier.
Absolutely, Timmy. There's only one guy to worry about then.
Yeah, and it makes the counter-attack far more easy for Rondebosch. They can pull and go from 6 meters as opposed to 2 meters to allow Reddam to cover.
And Hewlett looked like he was searching for the ball there and ended up going the wrong side, and then a speculative pass there from James de Blitzel over the top. And that's what they're going to want to avoid. And 4 goals up, 30 seconds left in that Chaka. You just want to take it easy and ride this Chaka out for now. Still Joe working hard in the hole, but great work from Dynan and de Blitzel to combine for the steal. It's just that extra bit of effort that Rondebosch should put in this Chaka. 6 goals to nothing, and one must feel that this game is theirs at the moment.
Good steal there from Kai, being a bit lazy, putting his head under water. And you're going to get nothing from Dash with your head under the water.
And James comfortable to swim that one out and just ride up the clock. Clapping, smiles, and high fives on the bench for Rondebosch, and really disappointed looks for Reddam right now. Let's see what they got in this 4th Chaka, and maybe they can pull together and show some character. Really come back into this game. We've seen it now with 6 goals for Rondebosch. A 4-goal Chaka for Reddam will bring them right back.
And it's evidence from the first half that Reddam are capable of scoring goals when they're getting their big centre forwards to 2 meters, getting their wings into dangerous positions, and holding the ball up and looking for the free player. At the moment, they're just throwing speculative passes, and Rondebosch, being their big defensive outfit that they are stealing the ball with ease and throwing it to their big fast swimmers for the easy counter goals. So Reddam just need to relax, get big on the ball, show some good legs, show a bit of composure. I don't know, just protect the ball a bit more.
I do believe that that element of the Rondebosch game was definitely the difference in that Chaka, that Reddam not able to hold onto the ball. Just the length and the legs and the strength of the Rondebosch guys coming through there and plucking it away from Reddam way too often for Reddam's liking. I'm really interested to see how they respond in this Chaka. If it continues at this pace, it could get ugly for Reddam, but they've also got a chance to really show some mettle here. Rondebosch with their tails up will definitely look to put the hammer down here. And get some more goals and express themselves in the pool now.
Looks like Jay's given his big players another chance. Hopefully that 4 minutes on the bench will have calmed their heads and they're ready to play the game plan and execute as they are told. Another big swim there from the S's. I think that was Ishmael this time. Reddam attack to Josh Ackerman.
Strong play from Bedford just to keep that ball in a 5 meter.
That is a
great
fantastic save.
Great save. He got 2 hands there. It wasn't a bad shot from Bedford, but Ollie Defaan, the great second goalkeeper for Rondebosch, got 2 hands on that. He really has been having a great year. Also goalkeeper of the tournament last year at Weinberg's Ian Melia Cup. Rondebosch pretty much cleaning up in the trophies there.
What do you think's been the reason for Rondebosch's success this year? Has it been a balance of senior players with the young juniors? Or Dean, what do you, as a coach yourself,
having come into the Rondebosch setup halfway through last year and just watching Chris and Nick work with their team, well actually, their squad, they really work as a unit from under 14 up. And there's a great vibe in the camp at the moment. There's a lot of hard work. The work ethic in general is just excellent. The guys are humble and they're hungry for success. Now, as you mentioned earlier, they've had some tough years, and they haven't done as well as they like. And they're really coming from a place of just humility and hard work, and it's paying off. And like you said, 6 to 7 trainings a week doesn't hurt either. Guys like Sebedoli, having not made a province team in under 14, has definitely developed into one of the top guys in his age group in province this year. And that kind of development over the course of 5 years at Rondebosch is why the program is doing so well right now.
Beamish will look to line up one of his first half attempts.
Here we go.
Hopefully the confidence is still here. 2 hands there once again.
But it's disappointing for him. He turns and bounces off, and you can see the 2 Bosch players next to him right into the counter, and Johnson's going to be dangerous from here, you must imagine. Oh, he sends it wide. He sends it crossbar and over.
Rondebosch are playing with the element of freedom now. A bit of confidence. It's good to see. They do have a 4-goal cushion over Reddam at the moment.
You can see now the 2 centre forwards, Bedford and Tim Withington-Fitnam, just being squeezed outside the post, and much more difficult to get anything from there. Whether you're looking for a goal or a kick out, if you're outside the post, it's just that much harder. Mickey doing brilliantly, and Ollie Define with a reaction save there. Mickey Essa getting right in his face with a slap shot, not able to succeed.
Reddam have a new 30 seconds.
And
that's just silly play from Tim. It was his foul, so he's unable to shoot there.
Another time earning a foul and shooting the ball without knowing. You must, you kind of get a feel there, Timmy, when the defense lays off that a foul has happened. And you can look up at the ref and confirm, but it's twice now he hasn't managed to do that.
Just perhaps showing that Reddam are a bit flustered at the moment, losing their heads a bit.
Ross van Schoor going in, he goes right over the top of Essa. Essa pops up on the other side and manages to get a ball under. That's brilliant work.
That was a great little battle there. Essa doing very well to recover that ball under.
And on the other side, his brother gives a massive hoof into the back of Seb Budoli and gets away for a split second. Tim Withington-Fitnam putting in a shot on the far side, and I think he got a bit lucky off a bounce off James Blitzel's block there. But you got to shoot to score, and eventually they cracked that duck for the last half.
Reddam's looking a bit rushed and flustered on attack. I mean, that shot going in, but that was after about 8 or 9 attempts since the second chucker since they scored. So Reddam need to go back to the drawing board and look to actually put the ball into their dangerous centre forwards on the 2-metre, which showed them so much success in the first half.
And once again, the mental aspect, and screen coming on the left-hand side, opening for Schoor. Simon Wiley doesn't see him. Dylan Watt doing very well, and that's his third kick out of the game on Mickey Essa there. Really has had a good game. There's a lot going on in that Rondebosch offense. We saw now a screen on the left-hand side from Van Schoor and Hewlett, and then Dylan Watt getting around. They've got multiple options on offense now, and it's looking good. Hewlett pulling out. He's going to want that ball. Doesn't come for him. Great legs, and Dylan Watt scores a goal. From the middle there, great mark. Great legs and great awareness from Simon Wiley to get that pass into the middle.
It started and ended with Dylan Watt at attack, and a ripe smile. Very good attack there from Dylan Watt, number 9 from Rondebosch.
Rondebosch seeming to get into great positions at will here. Stark contrast from the first half where they seemed squeezed out, seemed rushed. They now look comfortable and they look relaxed and they look like they feel confident in their game plan again. And Hewlett getting bossed here by Josh Ackerman. Not able to win that position, but he does like to pop up in strange places and produce some magic. We'll see what he can do. I was just about to say, before that last goal, they were only 3 behind, and 3 goals in 6 minutes of First League Polo is not that much, and that can change very quickly. 1 or 2 good counters or good shots from Reddam, they would have been back in this game, but at 4 goals in 4 minutes, the story is quite different. Timmy?
Yeah, I think it's one criticism of Reddam recently is when the going is good, it's good, but then when they start falling behind, they start changing everything that was working for them. And I think you got to realize, as you said, 6 minutes is a lot of time to score 3 goals if you're playing your structures. But if you're rushing everything, and then it just kind of exponentially from the success that has been shown by their club side, Rondebosch Old Boys, through the Croatian import of Miche. I think that definitely stems down to the schoolboy team, who have very good mentors and strong opponents during training. Difficult and a mountainous task to try to overcome, especially against a Rondebosch team like this. So I think Reddam have been their own worst enemies in the second half. I mean, rushing the ball and not using their 30 seconds and allowing.
Gaining great position there, sorry Timmy, and getting Josh Ackerman excluded. Ackerman's really not happy about that, and that was a very early call from Dash Barber. But that's what you kind of see. You tend to see in international polo and high level polo. Johnson just going wide there.
Yeah, I think
so the refs have to work so much harder for their kickouts than we do, really.
I think the Dash blew the first infringement there. I mean, you can't play the player on his shoulders or above his shoulders, whether the ball is there or not. So I think if you're gonna foul his shoulders and then put your hands up when the ball arrives, that's not good enough. So I think very good call there from Dash, seeing the first infringement and not playing, only blowing once the ball's arrived.
And Hugh Bedford doing his own good work there. And Mickey with burying that shot from 2 meters on the cross ball. That's well taken, and Reddam will feel better about this chucker. Still a little bit far away, but definitely feel better about the offense.
I think Rondebosch sealed it with that very, very good display in the third chucker there. I think Reddam's playing a bit of catch-up now. But no, I suppose you only need one very big chucker to go ahead, and then
I think it's very rare to lose a game after a 6-0 chucker. Fisher, good position here in front, Mark. He's long ball. He wasn't in a very nice position, and that's exactly what he likes to do. Get him behind the defender. A short pass quite close to him is often a better thing for him, and he likes to pluck it over the head of the defender and create some magic.
That was very good work by number 11 from Reddam, to put pressure under that pass, to not allow the ball to come in from the wing. So that's very good mark there from Curl.
Fisher in the reverse roll here at centre back, getting some help from Badoli. And they've managed to squeeze Tim out beyond the 6, and that's just too easy for Rondebosch. There's double mark there on Kai Mark. And that's just a lack of awareness there from the Reddam outside players.
As we're coming to the last minute of the game here, Rondebosch in the ascendancy through Ross. Good work at the back there from Hugh, going from 2 to 2. Oh, as soon as I just said that, he
takes Dylan's cap off and looked like he was trying to take his head off with it. Obviously a bit of frustration, and Hugh exclaiming that Watt was holding his head, and as we know in sports, it's the one who retaliates that always gets caught. And Watt doing enough to sort of antagonize Hugh Bedford there. Teammates on last year's SA Tour. There's no love lost in the pool here. Ross Stone finishes a great cross ball. Looking very easy for the boys here. And Hugh Bedford catching a red card there for chirping.
Some frustration.
End of his game with 35 seconds left to go.
It's not nice to see, but I mean, frustration does creep in and you often lose your head for a bit. But yeah, that's not nice to see from Hugh. Rondebosch with the 11th goal of the game into the last 30 seconds. And the fact that it's running time is often in these tighter games, you can win or lose the game just through the breaks in play because the time is running the whole time.
Reddam have got 10 seconds to play this extra man. Simon Wiley being on the wrong end of a drive. And that's going to be the end for Reddam. Bemis sending that one straight into the head of Sable. Sable happy and laughs it off. Rondebosch happy and laugh it off. And that's 11-7 run for Rondebosch in this night series game.
And the undefeated season continues. Let's hope they can take this into the KES tournament up in Joburg. which is more competitive scale with national tournament, that being a national tournament. So hopefully you can come up against the likes of Saints and St. John's and DHS.
Clifton appearing at Cairns tournament this year, and that'll be interesting. I mean, they've had a good year as well, having won the Grey Bloom tournament, and those will be the guys to watch for at Cairns tournament. The Saints, St. John's, Reddam and Clifton, I'd say the top 4 going in, at least ranking at the moment.
It must be said, Reddam came in with the right attitude this evening, but I think the class and consistency of Rondebosch was a bit too much for them this evening.
Yes, Timmy, absolutely correct. Class and consistency. And thanks, it's been a brilliant evening. Tim, we'll see you soon.
Cheers, Dean. Thanks a lot.